Hello everybody, my name is Melissa and welcome to my channel. So if you're watching this, this is the first day of the Kindle Unlimited Weekend Readathon. I started reading one of the books yesterday actually, so it doesn't count towards it. I ended up finishing it and I was halfway through The Missing Wolf by G. Bailey, and I realized that I didn't want to read it for this readathon just because it wasn't really what I was expecting. So I ended up just, kind of finishing it to get it done and over with. But yeah, I wrote a review for it and put it up online, so it doesn't count towards this. So anyways, at like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock this morning, I woke up. I started The Shadowborn Academy by G. Bailey because I did want to read one of her books for this readathon, and I'm about 50% done. Really enjoying it. It's about a girl who is like a Shadowborn. Basically, like something happened, like they died, and now they have these like dark powers, so they go to this school and learn how to deal with them. Otherwise, like these dark powers kind of like take over and they are bad, or they could die. So it's interesting. It's a reverse harem, and kind of not really seeing the reverse harem stuff just yet. Like, she's in school. I really do enjoy the school part of it because, she's going to the different classes in this like kind of like old dark castle type thing that also has underground. I don't know, it's very odd, very different, but I'm enjoying it. 50% done. I think I have about an hour and a half left in the book, and then I hopefully will get that done today. Obviously, I should get that done today. So I'm gonna get back to reading and update you guys a little bit later. Bye. Alright, so it is like 12:30 now and I am starving. So I decided I was gonna cook one of these. Yeah, like 12:30, so oh goodness. Yeah, this one is my absolute favorite pizza, and I always get this one all the time. So I'm going to bake this and then get back to reading. Okay, so it's a little bit later in the afternoon and I just finished my first book for the KU Readathon, and I actually gave it like 3.5, 4 out of 5 stars, and I really did enjoy it. It left on quite a cliffhanger, which obviously I knew was gonna happen, but I saw when the next release date is, and it's not till like March of 2020, so needless to say, I'm a little bummed. But I decided to pick up my next book, and it's going to be Rock On, which is the reverse harem rockstar romance. I don't know, rockstar bully romance. We'll see how this goes. Not going into it with some big high expectations, but we'll see. And yeah, I will update you on my thoughts on it a little bit later. Good morning, everybody. It is a little bit later than I wanted to start this vlog. It's the second day of the Kindle Unlimited Readathon. Last night I finished Rock On pretty late. Me and my husband started watching like really crappy movies like Machete and like Van Helsing. So I just kind of like got sucked into this like weird movie night. But yeah, I ended up finishing Rock On, the reverse harem rockstar romance. Ended up really liking it. Gave it 4 stars. It was a little bit darker than I thought it was going to be. There's definitely trigger warnings for sexual assault as well as drug use in the family, but yeah, I definitely really enjoyed it. The bully aspect comes from the fact that the main character, Ainsley, is hired by this rock band's label, and basically, they are supposed to be producing their second album. Nothing is happening, and like no music is really being produced, so they kind of like hire this girl to spy on them, and obviously these 4 guys are not happy that the label is sending a spy into their house, and they're dealing with a lot of stuff that it's like outside of the band and kind of issues with that. So I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the build up of the relationships with the main character and the guys and seeing that. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I ended up picking up the third book. It's the zombie apocalypse one. Obviously, I'll put the picture of the title or whatever, the cover up. And yeah, I am probably, let's see, where am I at now? 23% of the way through that book. So we're getting there. It's happening. I'm liking it still, but I totally forgot what happened in the first one, and it doesn't really do a good job of like summarizing, what happened, but yeah, either way, enjoying it. And I do have some big plans today. Like, I'm going over to my parents' house with me and my husband, because we're gonna celebrate Christmas a little bit later, now that my husband has off today. So we're gonna go visit them and do Christmas presents and all that kind of stuff. So I do need to, like, I'm looking at myself in the viewfinder and it's a mess. So I do have a lot to do today, but I'm really hoping that I can continue on and get some more books read. Hopefully 1 or maybe 2 books, which I highly doubt, just for the fact that I have a lot to do this afternoon. But yeah, I will go ahead and see you guys later. Hello everyone. So yeah, basically we had a great day. It is now like 4:30, 5 o'clock. Went to my parents, we had lunch, opened up some new presents, and spent time with them, which was really, really lovely. So we're now getting gas and yeah, just decided to check in. That's my husband. Bye. Good evening everyone. So we're now back home and yeah, I'm in my new comfy sweater. This thing is so comfortable. Like, it literally turns into like this like little like turtleneck thing. Yeah, it's kind of a little bit warm, so I leave it open. But loving it so much. But yeah, I had a great time earlier. Obviously did not read any at all. I'm still like at like the 40% mark in Tainted Blood. I think that's what it's called. Again, it is a zombie apocalypse or post-apocalyptic reverse harem, which again is one girl, multiple guys, and absolutely loving it. But I just want to say thank you so much if you are participating, or obviously by this time, you know, you did participate in this readathon. It's been so amazing, you know, connecting with other readers that love reading ebooks, and, you know, just the book community in general. It's been so amazing. And also talking with my co-hosts and seeing what everybody else is reading. It's been so much fun, and I'm so thankful for, you know, everyone who has messaged me or talked to me about the books I'm reading and you're reading. It's been so much fun. And I really do appreciate it, and thank you so much, because honestly, like, this is the exact reason why I started this channel, was to connect to, you know, like-minded people that enjoyed reading. And, you know, since, you know, where I am, not that many people that I know in real life, you know, read and things like that. So it's been really awesome, and I just want to say thank you again. But yeah, 40% mark on this book. I want to hopefully get this book done this evening. It is like 6:30ish, 7, so I'm sure that I can, if I don't get distracted, because we're about to like put on a movie and I plan on just kind of like chilling and reading while that's on, and then maybe kind of like import some of this footage as well. So that's kind of my game plan for this evening. Good morning. It is now Sunday, and I ended up falling asleep on the couch last night, so I didn't finish Tainted Bond. I think I've been saying Tainted Blood, but I didn't finish the book, unfortunately. I still have about an hour left. It's about noon. I'm cooking some pasta right now, and then later on we're gonna go pick up our groceries and kind of get some stuff done. So I'm hoping that before that I will finish that book and start the physical book that I had on my TBR. I think it's Good Gone Bad, or gosh, I'm messing up these titles so terribly today. But that's kind of my game plan, is just getting through these last couple books on my TBR, because I want to complete all of them and have them read and feel very accomplished for the end of the year. So I was thinking about doing some filming for my last 2 videos, like I mentioned on Friday, but I think I'm going to go ahead and wait and film those tomorrow and just knock those out and edit them and upload them. So that's kind of my game plan for today. Hi, good evening. So yeah, I'm just checking in because I ended up falling asleep this afternoon, slept like a good 4 hours. No idea what the heck happened. Basically, I have this new sweater, the one that I've been wearing lately, and every time I put it on, I end up going to sleep. So that did not work. So I finally finished the book that I was reading, and it kind of follows the very last chapter of the first book. So something happens and you don't know who did what. So I'm trying not to like give any spoilers away. So you're dealing with someone that you don't know who did something in the group of people, and so the whole time you're trying to figure out who it is and what's going on. And yeah, I gave it 4 stars. Interested to see the next book, which is supposed to come out sometime next year. So I added that to my TBR list. Very excited to read that when it does come out. But yeah, I'm still looking like a huge mess. So I think I'm going to actually take a bath and just like kind of just chill out for the rest of the night. So I ended up picking up Jade West's Christmas book that she recently released, and it's like 2 novellas, obviously very smutty. The first one is about a married couple, and they're kind of in this huge rut, and they ended up finding this old jar that had like, you know, these activities for them to do with each other, and they totally forgot about it, and they're like little pieces of paper that they would pull out of a jar. So they found it, and then the husband's like, okay, let's have a date night, and they spend their Christmas Eve reconnecting, as it were. And then the second one, I'm pretty sure I've read this novella. It's about a young girl who gets her first job, and her boss, you know, gets her computer, and she has like smutty stories on it. So there's that. So I'm pretty sure I've read the second one. The first one, I'm not really into second chance romances, even though it's really not a romance. But yeah, it's like 7 o'clock at night now, so I think I'm gonna take a bath and kind of like relax, and I'll update you guys a little bit later. Alright, so I am coming to you on Monday, and I'm about to film 2 other videos, but really quickly I wanted to wrap up this reading vlog. So I ended up completing 4 books for my Kindle Unlimited Weekend Readathon, and I ended up picking up 1 book that I didn't plan on reading and setting aside another one that I do plan on reading at the beginning of next year. So let's go ahead and talk about the books that I did complete and, you know, sum up my thoughts on them. So the first book I completed was Shadowborn Academy by G. Bailey. This book I gave 3.54 stars. This is a reverse harem paranormal romance, and it's one that I actually did enjoy after completing another book by this author, and just really wasn't my favorite. So I definitely am very interested in continuing on with this series. It's about a girl who gains these powers. When she ends up dying, she gets these dark fae powers and kind of like needs to learn how to use them. So it's very interesting, and finally at the very end of the book you start to see the reverse harem parts, but it doesn't really have, you know, that many like boy type scenes with the main character until the very end. So I really did enjoy this. I'm excited to see where it goes because it left on quite a cliffhanger, and yeah, definitely enjoyed this one. Rock On by Ian Moore is the second book that I completed, and this is a reverse harem rockstar romance, and I really liked this one. This is about a girl who gets hired on by a label, music label, to go and kind of like spy on this rock band who they are supposed to be making their second album, and unfortunately nothing is happening. There's no music coming out of, you know, this time that they're taking away to create this album. So she goes in and kind of figures out that, hey, there's more to these guys than just their rock star persona, and they're really mean to her at the very beginning of this book and through most of it, and you kind of see why they're acting the way, you know, they are to her, because, you know, she's hired by the label. They want to take some time off and deal with the stuff that they have going on. So this was really good. I really did enjoy it, and see, you know, how their relationship from the very beginning, you know, at the end of the book completely changed. And yeah, definitely interested to see how this story will continue on into the second book. Tainted Bond was the third book that I finished. Again, this is another reverse harem romance. It's a post-apocalyptic zombie romance, and the main character in the first book, she has these like special gifts or powers basically, and you kind of find out that she's different from other humans, and she is keeping this a big secret from her team, and she's a part of this team that goes away from, you know, this compound, does errands and different things like that for these guys. So they're kind of a group of kick-butt characters, and it's really full of action and a lot of fun, and I really liked the first one. The second book kind of felt like a kind of a middle transition book, but I'm definitely interested to see what happens in the third one. And for the last book that I picked up, it's Dirty Treats by Jade West. This is a book of 2 novellas. I ended up reading the first one, and I have already read the second one, so I gave this book 3 stars just because it's like a book that's repackaged, because I definitely read the second one. The first novella is about a married couple who are kind of like in this rut, and, you know, they are losing their, you know, steam in their relationship. So they end up finding this old jar of, you know, these kind of like activities that they would pull out and act upon. And so they end up rekindling their relationship. And yeah, I'm not a big fan of second chance romances, even though this isn't really like a romance, it's more definitely just straight smut. But yeah, I definitely, I like this author a lot, but I just found myself kind of like flipping through the pages and not too interested in it. And then I was really disappointed because the second story I was really interested in, because it's a age gap romance, and I've already read it. So that's it for my Kindle Unlimited weekend readathon summary. Again, if you participated, thank you so much. I had such a fun time, participating, co-hosting, and doing this readathon and talking to you guys about the books that you were reading. Yeah, if you have any thoughts or opinions on the books that I read, go ahead and leave them down below. I'd love to chat about and talk about it. I hope you have a great day and happy reading. Bye!